All right, where do I even start? There have been a lot of things which have happened today out of the plan and in the plan. So, if I'm gonna start where the plan was, I think, I DM'd people. I DM'd 30 business, oh, 50 businesses. Yeah, I DM'd 50 businesses, get 2 replies. Both of them are saying no. On Instagram, I DM'd 50 people, even if it's been such a very long period of time. The long period of time, which is like 3 or 4 days because I was sick. Yeah, I wasn't DMing people for 3 or 4 days, but still, whatever. I DM'd today because I was in my grandma's house at the beginning of the day and I woke up. Alhamdulillah, was feeling a little better and I had my phone with myself. So I downloaded Instagram. I mean, I had Instagram if I'm being honest with you, but I'm not using Instagram to consume content, being genuinely honest with you. Yeah. So I just decided, you know what, I have time and I have, health. So let's do that. I made a plan for today, which consisted of, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's in my notes. Let me take a look. All right, 26th of May 2024. Yeah. The goal for today was to read Quran, both Arabic and the translation of it. DM people, vlog, do some Duolingo classes, chess, and apply for some coding jobs. I didn't apply for coding jobs, but I did something which is way better. Let me make a note here, otherwise I'm just gonna forget about it. Content creation. Yeah, all right. When I was DMing people, yeah, for those who are new, just this is what it is. I'm an agency owner, and starting my startup. Very simple. There is no that much complicated side of this. My side of mine. Uh, Agency, web design, making websites for clients, high ticket clients. I'm thinking about the new method of payment, which is subscription, but I'm a little confused about what am I gonna be offering people every single month for a certain amount of payment, maybe 2,000, 3,000. Don't really know. Yeah, you have to think about the structure and from an architectural perspective, how it's gonna look like, right? I'm getting, the startup, which me and my friends are creating this, this thing is really helping no matter what people used to say, like, focus on one thing. Yes, great, I understood, but man, you can't just ignore the fact that, I got so much experience from the startup, just so much knowledge out there. Like, I understood that there are some problems which are not, specific. They are not design problems, then they're not coding problems. They are architectural problems at all. Like, just, if you zoom out, there is architectural problem. There's your software at all, right? How the user uses. If you zoom in, yes, there's design side of it, there's coding side of it, and there's like a responsive side of it. But if you zoom out, how the things are gonna look like for a client, yeah, man, that this is, I never thought that deep. Yeah, average person who's working at some kind of company as a programmer or even an agency owner, you don't really think about certain things which are just around you so deep. Like, saying so deep, it's kind of like a wrong word to use, but I kind of feel like a wrong word to use because you get so good at the very basics of the things, right? Agency owner, nothing against you. I'm one of you. I'm one of you guys. But yeah, yeah. That's when you. I don't know, man. How to describe that? It's just the startup. I'm the only guy who's responsible. Like I know I have friends, but who is together with me in the same boat. But in agency, you are working 50-50 with your client. Like at 50%, there's like, your client has to agree to work with you. Your client has to give you information. Your client has to be, into this game. Like, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Otherwise, you can provide them a really good service if they're not going to give you valuable information, if they're not going to help you. But with the startup thing, nearly everything is in your heads. Yes, I know there are some certain people, venture capitalists, all these business gurus who are gonna be saying you to first find the client, first find the problem, well, I did find the problem, but there are some people who are gonna, before even they create a software, before they even do anything, which makes sense on the paper, but in reality, when there's external factors like a gazillion of them, and there's you and your friends, your environment, right? At the current position where am I right now, I have this parents who are making me to go to college. I have this freaking web design agency which wasn't making money for 5 or 6 months. Of course I'm gonna be more into this, just let's create something I'm gonna be proud of, right? If anyone asks me why do I even make this thing, it's a very complicated question to ask, because it's not only about I find a problem, I wanted to make a solution. Well, why then you want to make it public? Because you can save it local. Well, I don't want other people to suffer or like struggle, because I know if I'm experiencing this problem, there are probably millions of people out there who are experiencing the same problem. And this is true, but these reasons are not strong enough. This why is not strong enough, man. I think my why, which is the strongest, and there are very few people who are gonna understand. If you are a new viewer, you're not gonna really feel what am I talking about. You're not gonna really feel about what I'm talking about. Only returning viewers who is, I think, around, in average, it's about 30% per video. 30% per video. These guys who have been seeing me, like, it's, day 150 or something, in these 150 days, we didn't make any money. We made, alhamdulillah, really good progress in many other things. Like, I didn't have so many subscribers on my YouTube channel, just basically, I didn't have so many subscribers. I didn't have, I have found one sales guy from this making YouTube videos who's willing to work with me, 10% commission, and beautiful. And I got so many contacts. I literally went on a meetings with people who are millionaires, just because I was making some kind of content or just putting out myself, because it makes sense to a certain degree. Even if you have less subscribers and less views, if you message some kind of a millionaire, yes, not like very famous one, you don't have to, right? There might be some kind of guy you just found, right? Maybe has 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, and you go to Instagram, it has like 2,000 subscribers. You message and you get a reply. Because think about it, I get messages with 200 people on my Instagram. And if someone messaged me, yo, with nothing in their profile account, because I'm just curious about who the heck this man is. And if I don't see anything, I'm not really into this thing. But if this guy who have been made between $1 to $9 million after selling his business. He goes to my Instagram. I have only 200 subscribers, but I have put out so much content. I'm making videos every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and this guy is onto something, right? Yeah, we have made progress, but we didn't have made money, right? And I think the strongest why the heck am I even doing this startup is probably because I want to prove to myself that, man, I can create something I can relate and be proud of making, putting my name on the bottom right corner of it. I can be proud of making this thing into reality. It's a really weird and kind of interesting feeling of like adding some kind of value to this world. And even as an agency owner, if you make a really good product service to your clients, if you could have signed the bottom right corner of your website or video or graphic design or anything, basically, you would have done that. If you do really good work from which you are like freaking proud of, you can. Yeah, the problem with agency is that if you don't get clients, you don't have this opportunity. If you don't get clients, you have no work, basically. It's empty, right? But with startup, I got this chance to freaking add value, create and put out there something without any permission of anyone. You don't have to have a permission from client or anyone. Like, there are some people, as I have said, who want to get the permission from client first and then do stuff. But if I can skip this part and get into the part which makes me so freaking fulfilled every single morning when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, okay, we have to do this part of the website. We have to, there is something wrong with landing page. There is something wrong with the MP4. Okay. Let's talk to the team. Let's talk to the designer. Yeah, man, like, finally, after like, alhamdulillah, 5 months of, self improvement and working on this agency, I got a chance to do something which is gonna add value, to create something, right? I got work. And that's why, that is my strongest why. Why am I doing this thing? That is my strongest why. Because I wanted, because I just wanted, because I wanted to work. Some people are afraid, like some people don't want to work. But when you are obsessed over something, you're just not gonna think about all the other, factors, all this. It doesn't mean to you anything. Because, as I have said many times before, even if this thing, it's not gonna get anything, even if whatever, right? Like, even if it's not gonna happen, even if the startup flops, or brother, I don't really, it doesn't matter. As soon as, we are right now going from MVP, minimum viable product, to first version of our product. Updating the design, adding new functions, and blah blah blah. Second version is gonna be even better. Third version is gonna be even better, and fourth version is gonna be even better. I wanna do something. Eventually, maybe the third, maybe the second, maybe the fourth. I don't know which version is gonna be the kind of version I can just look at this and I'm like, man, we did the thing. Like, oh my God. It's we. Me and my friends, but at the head of all of these things, the one who team up developer and the designer, and me the guy who come up with an idea, right? Me the guy who said, you know what, let's use all the free stuff which we can. Let's use Vercel as a hosting, render.com as a server. Let's use, the one who came up with an idea, the one who um, you know created the team, right? I'm not the one who created all the functions or designed the website, but yeah, whatever. Like I it's so good to not seek for a validation and a permission from others. And I finally got this chance when it came to my startup. From one standpoint, I know it's not really good, or whatever. But as I have said to you, agency, I'm not gonna quit this thing. Tomorrow it's gonna be more Monday morning, man. Between 9 a.m. and 10, even 11, I think I have 2 or 3 meetings with salespeople. 2 or 3 meetings with sales. Same with I think, what is the day after Monday? Tuesday or Tuesday? You name it. I have another 2 meetings, alhamdulillah, with salespeople. And if I can make this thing out, I am gonna be DMing, cold emailing, and creating content together with my sales guys. But what I wanna really, really do with these people is I just wanna create the kind of chemistry between me and these guys, my sales team in my agency, is like I did in my startup. Because in this startup, it's the same people who were seeking for validation for such a long period of time as like I did. My friend who's a designer, he was running his SMMA agency, but he was also invested into web design. And he was searching for clients. I was searching for clients. We couldn't find clients both. Same with my boss of, I have 2 friends who are front-end developers. Really nice guys, but they couldn't get a coding job for such a long period of time, getting rejected and rejected and rejected and rejected again and again. Same as me, I couldn't get a coding job for like 3 rounds or something. And 4 of us, all of a sudden got a chance to create something we can be proud of and we can present to world. And it doesn't freaking matter who you are. If you are 18-year-old, if you have money, or if you don't have money, if you are from Russia, if you are from Uzbekistan, if you're from Asia, it doesn't freaking matter who you are. If you're 18-year-old, if you're not 18-year-old, it doesn't matter how far your home is away from here. It doesn't matter. You finally got a permission of, you finally got a thing in your life where you don't need to get a validation from all the other people. You can just freaking sit down. Isn't it the beauty of coding? Isn't it the beauty of designing? The very first beauty, like the number one thing which came to my mind when I used to learn to code, is the beauty of it, that you can just decide to create something, and it's a question of time and question of dedication, but this thing will come true, right? This thing will come true. You will learn things you don't know, and there's like tons of things we didn't know. It's like I said to you, like there's like architectural problems, like basically, it's not design, it's not coding, it's something else, right? It's something bigger. It's a bigger picture. I'm talking to you all about this, my startup, but this thing did genuinely gave some kind of spark to my life, where I wasn't getting any progress in my web design agency for 5 months. Not a single client closed. Yes, I alhamdulillah got two meetings. I didn't close any of them. What else? Except my agency, I didn't have any other business basically. I was documenting my journey on my YouTube, and alhamdulillah we got a lot of views, a lot of subscribers. Alhamdulillah, there's a lot of you who have messaged me on Instagram, SMMA guys, video editing guys, amazing people. Just insane, man. Insane. We did changed for better, with which aka says made progress. But at the current position where am I right now, it's getting closer and closer to I'm gonna be going through on 29th of May. It's my final exams graduating high school. And if I pass through this exams, I hope I will graduate the high school. And after that, what your parents expect you to do is to go to college. I know how to code, but still go to the freaking, coding college. Learn how to code in college. I know how to code. Well, you will learn something else, It just doesn't make any sense. I can't contradict these people anyhow or way. The thing which really could have helped me out, some kind of financial results. I got some financial results in last year, but I really, really needed them right now. Also, it doesn't mean that I didn't need money back then, or alhamdulillah I needed money back then and I got it. But I also, inshallah, need money this year also. I have come out with this very beautiful quote. In 2022, I made my first money. In 2023, I made a really breakthrough. We made our $2,000, like $2,700 in one single client. In 2024, I don't know when and what, there's some kind of beauty waiting for it. There's just some, I don't know when, but there got to be something very beautiful waiting. At least, maybe that's, at least I want to believe. Yeah. At least I want to hope for that. Because why not? Okay, enough for that. Peace.